Molweni family, grab your popcorn because in today's video, we talk about none other than the DA heavyweight Helen Zille and her latest plot twist. She apparently wants to be the next mayor for the city of Johannesburg. Yes, you heard me right. Helen Zille, who once said she was done with the political hustle, now wants to run Joburg. I am still trying to make sense of that one, but then again, this is the same party that couldn't even protect Dr. Mpopalatse when it mattered most. But before I spill too much too soon, let's get into it.
Molweni and welcome to yet another episode of Conversations with Nkosi. Now, this is the news commentary section where we will be offering insightful commentary and exploring various perspectives on the stories that shape our world.
Now, not too long ago, the DA actually made history. Remember that brief shining moment when Dr. Mpopalatse became Johannesburg's first black female mayor? A qualified, in her own way, grounded and service-driven woman, the kind of leader who made you think, wow, maybe the DA is finally catching up to reality. For a minute there, it felt like something was shifting. Black professionals, women across Southie were watching and thinking, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe there is room after all, at the table. But then chaos, mntu. Instead of standing behind her, the DA's leadership seemed to pull the rug right from under her. Coalitions collapsed faster than a bad Tinder date. Internal factions were doing choreography in the background. And when Umama needed the backup, it was silence. Absolute silence. And then, she was gone. Quietly, abruptly. Like she'd never been there. Until, plot twist, the whispers turned into headlines. And now the campaign's already in full swing. Helen Zille didn't just announce her intentions. She's out there already doing interviews. Including that now infamous sit down with the Anelem daughter, which, let's be honest, quickly went south than ESCOM during stage 6. Now, as we navigate through the troubled waters, that Helen Zille, the same one who once told us colonialism had its benefits, the very same, and now she's back, staging what honestly feels like yet another political comeback, this time in a city she's been mostly absent from. And you have to wonder, where was all the sudden passion, and leadership energy when Dr. Palatse was being dragged through political mud by her own party? Where was this burning desire to save Johannesburg when a qualified black woman was left to fight her battles solo while her so-called comrades watched from the sidelines? Because now that the smoke has cleared, the whispers have turned into full-blown conversation, being that Dr. Mpopalatse might just be making her own comeback, but this time under the banner of, Action SA. Yes, the same woman the DA couldn't stand behind is now rumored to be Action SA's possible mayoral candidate. And if that happens, Bandase, the DA won't just be facing a tough race, they'll be facing a mirror, a very uncomfortable one. Now, the link to the article and my blog post will be in the description box below. Let's get into what we got from the article. So, according to Sunday World, here's the lowdown. Helen Zille has officially entered the Johannesburg mayoral race because apparently retirement just isn't her thing. Solim Simanga says the process is transparent and merit-based. Cute. But when the same party couldn't protect Dr. Mpopalatse, we have to ask, merit-based for who exactly? Let's not rewrite history. Dr. Palatse was left stranded in the middle of a political storm, juggling fragile coalitions and backroom drama, while the party hierarchy sipped tea in silence. So Zille's sudden leadership comeback doesn't feel like inspiration, but it low-key feels like a repossession, like reclaiming a seat Dr. Palatse was never truly allowed to sit on for long. More than anything, it felt like she was seat warmer. And here's the kicker. If Action SA actually puts Palatse's name on the ballot, the DA won't just be competing for votes, but they will be haunted by the ghost of their own betrayal. Let's talk strategy. Now, to be fair, Helen Zille does bring experience. I mean, she's been in the political trenches longer than some of us have been on social media. She knows the game, but experience alone doesn't make you a leader. Leadership is about trust, integrity, and showing up, especially when it's uncomfortable. And that's exactly where the DA fumbled with Dr. Mpho Palatse. So, what message does this send to, the voters? I mean, on one side, we could see Dr. Mpho Palatse under the Action SA banner, resilient, tested, still standing after everything they threw at her. And on the other hand, we have Helen Zille representing the DA, the old guard, swooping in to restore order as if the city's been waiting for her grand return. Both women have stories, but let's be honest, only one of them represents the future Johannesburg actually needs. And maybe that's the part every political party should be reflecting on before they start with, printing those campaign posters. Now, let's also get into what the opposition had to say, right? Because again, the political streets have been talking. You have Undate Herman Mashaba, who did not hold back by calling Helen Zille the most toxic person to work with, while reminding everyone just how badly the DA handled Dr. Mpho Palatse. Shots fired with receipts. Inside Action SA, the whispers are getting louder. Word is Dr. Palatse might just be their ace, the living, breathing symbol of black excellence, that the DA likes to talk about somehow, but they fail to protect. Meanwhile, we have the EFF and Mkhonto Wesizwe Party, who are already rolling out the shade, painting Zille as being out of touch with reality, parachuting her from Cape Town to Gauteng like a political tourist on a comeback tour. Guys, the shade. What does this mean moving forward? Well, guys, let's be honest. Zille's move could split the DA right down the middle, especially if Dr. Palatse joins the race under another banner. The ghost of how the DA treated Palatse isn't going anywhere. I mean, it's the echo that keeps reminding voters that the party still wrestles with what real transformation looks like beyond the press releases. And here's the thing. Voters aren't blind. They see through the spin. This isn't just about stability anymore, but it is also about accountability and trust. Because in 2025, South Africa, people just do not want polished speeches. They want parties that practice what they preach. And until that happens, every comeback will look a lot more like damage control than leadership. With that being said, here we are again, watching history do that thing it does best, representation without protection, where we have Helen Zille, who says she wants to bring stability to Johannesburg. Sure. But maybe, just maybe, the real stability is coming from the very women they underestimated in the first place. If Dr. Mpho Palatse rises again, whether under Action SA or somewhere else entirely, this won't just be a comeback. It will be a reckoning, a reminder that leadership isn't a prop you borrow for optics, then toss aside when it becomes inconvenient. Now, guys, that's all from me on this one. This full article, along with my past commentary on Dr. Palate's leadership, is linked in the description box below. So let's do what we always do: watch closely and ask the relevant questions, as difficult as they are, not forgetting that we ought to hold those in power accountable, because again, if there's one thing we've learned, this isn't the first time we've seen this play, and it probably won't be the last. That marks the end of today's video. Thank you so much for lending your eyes and ears. I hope that you found today's video informative. Please do not forget to click on that subscription button, light the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any new uploads. Nkosi.